Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. It's Tuesday. It is the 21st day of January. It's National Granola Bar Day. I actually do like granola bars.
I never eat them, though. They're so not good for you.
They're not good for you?
No.
Really?
Full of sugar.
See, I always thought they were good for you.
That's what everybody thinks, but they're not. You read the label, it's like, ooh.
Well, I always liked them, and that's probably why, I guess. It's also Squirrel Appreciation Day, and they always kind of make fun of, like, if you have ADD, it's like, squirrel.
Ooh, definitely.
And we actually had that
a lot
happen.
Of squirrel moments.
We were in a meeting, remember that, like 2 weeks ago? And there was literally a squirrel moment because there were people talking, and then right over their shoulder, there were two squirrels fighting.
And I kept smacking you. I'm like, pay attention.
Like, I'm watching the squirrels. What's that? Oh, I'm supposed to pay attention to the meeting. And National Hugging Day. So get over here, Heidi. Give me a hug. Also, it's a Tuesday, so we'll have a phone call to her dad, my father-in-law, for a little thing we call Tuesdays with Charlie.
Student loan debt is out of control for many people. Are you one of them? The average graduate walks away with anywhere from $25,000 to $40,000 in student loans. Believe it or not, 2% even manage to owe over $100,000 by the time they graduate. If you have several different student loans, let us consolidate them into one loan and one payment at singlestudentloan.com. If you have only one student loan, we may be able to offer you a better rate to help you get that loan paid off sooner at singlestudentloan.com. That's singlestudentloan.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. A new study found that eating a low-fat diet can lower testosterone levels in men. That's good news. So if you want to lower your testosterone level, all you have to do is eat a low-fat diet.
But most guys want to raise their
If you want to raise it, then you maybe eat a high-fat diet. So that's why it's good news, because a high-fat diet is easy.
Yep, it is.
For those of you who are wondering. I've got a link to that story, by the way. It's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
When was the last time you got a new credit card? If you have a card that's been in your purse or wallet for a long time, you should check and see if you're getting the best rates. You may find a better credit card that will give you the points you want or cashback options you don't get right now. At BetterCreditCards.com, you see all the major credit card companies and their best offers. Let them compete to earn your business. And if the one you have right now is better, keep it. Find a card that's a better fit for you at BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
This is Your Brain on Drugs, brought to you by TimeForRehab.com. A man sent some illegal holiday cheer to a woman in jail, and he got to go visit her. Well, not visit her, but visit jail. 40-year-old Timothy Lee Snow sent a woman a Christmas card filled with drugs to the inmate. She was an inmate. Sent it to the jail.
Yeah, I can't believe they
Mary
thought
Beth
that was
Odom.
going to make it through.
I don't know how we thought. Here's a... Yeah, I don't know.
A foolproof idea.
There's some meth and some Suboxone, whatever that is, investigating Mr. Snow. This guy's Timothy Lee Snow, and they found that he was in possession of some meth and Xanax and a revolver when they got to his place. So also some marijuana, some steroids, and packing material, and a shotgun and a rifle. So he had a lot of stuff going on there. He was arrested and charged with possession of firearm, possession of meth, and intent to distribute and giving an inmate drugs. So Odom, who was already in jail, faces some additional charges for attempting to commit offenses pertaining to possession of drugs. Wow. That's what happens when your brain is on drugs. I've got a link to that story at TimeForRehab.com.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. Nearly a year after One Day at a Time was canceled, the series is returning. Mondays, Pop TV. Last Monday, they announced the show's fourth season will premiere March 24th. Filming for the new season begins this week. The reveal comes more than a year after Netflix canceled the show back in March of 2019, shortly after the premiere of their third season. So One Day at a Time. Wasn't that on back in like the 70s? And then it went away. Then it came back. Then it went away. And now it's coming back. So apparently people do like it. Doolittle hit theaters over the weekend, and the film is rated PG-13. I guess it did okay. Also, Will Smith and Martin Lawrence reunited over the weekend for Bad Boys for Life.
How did that one do?
It did okay as well.
Did it?
Yeah. So they're. I don't have all the totals here. We'll maybe have those by tomorrow. But yeah, they did okay. So there you go. It's your big screen, little screen news brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com.
It's a new year, Have you made a resolution to quit drinking or to finally get away from drugs for good? These are both habits that are hard to kick, but you can do it. We want to help you. TimeForRehab.com is here to help you find the help you need with your particular situation. If you want to make this year the year you get the help you need to live a normal life again, start with a little help from us at TimeForRehab.com. That's TimeForRehab.com.
Now your scoop of the day, brought to you by FunkyMonkeyShirts.com. Run DMC is going to perform with Aerosmith at the Grammys, so that would actually be kind of cool to tune into.
That would. I would love to see that.
They did a song together.
Oh, they did. Walk This Way.
And at the time, they didn't really know each other, and they didn't like each other, and then they did the song together, and then I think they kind of did okay after that.
Yeah.
So. Florida Highway Patrol arrested a man who they say intentionally hit a motorcyclist. The dash cam footage proved it. He said, I didn't know that guy was there. And he's like, look at my dash cam footage. And then that actually showed him driving straight and then jerking over and hitting the vehicle.
Oh, my gosh.
And he was taken to jail. Motorcyclist was injured. So, yeah, don't do that. That's a bad idea.
But he lived, right?
Yeah, so well, hopefully. I don't know. It doesn't say that in the story. Build-A-Bear is giving the people what they've been waiting for. Baby Yoda stuffed animals, and they're going to let you. They're going to let you build them. Both kids and adults alike will soon be able to bring a soft, cuddly version of the adorable alien home through Build-A-Bear. It says here, demanding for Baby Yoda skyrocketed since debut on The Mandalorian on Disney Plus back in November. And everybody's saying they want him, and for whatever reason, they weren't available.
I'm so sick of that little guy already. He hasn't hardly been out at all, but he's on everything on Facebook. It's like, oh,
you gotta admit, he's kind of cute.
He's just as annoying as that white cat meme.
They're both kind of cute. Spotify launched a playlist for dogs who are left home, so I'm not sure what's on there. Who let the dogs out? I have no idea. Bunch of dog music. You know what makes even more sense? Just leave us on. Dogs love us. I don't know why. They just do. And speaking of dogs, this is kind of a dog. A coyote, or a coyote, depending on how you say it, has been running the streets of Chicago. Police have say that this coyote has now covered nearly 10 miles since it was first spotted. So there you go. He's getting in his cardio. And I've got room for one more story, I believe. A Nashville woman was arrested for getting a little too rough in the bedroom with her boyfriend.
Oh, jeepers.
Police say she scratched him and she bit him. And if you're wondering where, it was in the bedroom. That's where. You know where. And she was charged with misdemeanor assault. So, yeah, misdemeanor because I don't know. I don't know what happened exactly, but it doesn't sound like it was good. Thanks for listening. I got a lot of comments, and I know Heidi's got something.
I definitely have comments, but I know you won't let me.
I know I won't. We're going to move forward now. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Tuesday.
Student loan debt is out of control for many people. Are you one of them? The average graduate walks away with anywhere from $25,000 to $40,000 in student loans. Believe it or not, 2% even manage to owe over $100,000 by the time they graduate. If you have several different student loans, let us consolidate them into one loan and one payment at singlestudentloan.com. If you have only one student loan, we may be able to offer you a better rate to help you get that loan paid off sooner at singlestudentloan.com. That's singlestudentloan.com.
And it's time right now for my favorite program, something we do every Tuesday, just because we can. We pick up the phone and we call my father-in-law for this little thing we like to call Tuesdays with Charlie.
It's Tuesdays with Charlie on the John and Heidi Show.
How you doing, Charlie?
Well, so far everything's okay. Nobody's bothered me yet.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, we're early in the week, though, so you got a couple more days before we get to the weekend.
Oh, I'm sure somebody will me off, yeah. Could be you today.
It could be. I will do my best to avoid that. What do we have going on? What are we going to learn about today?
Let's see. Hey, little kids. The average 4-year-old child asks over 400 questions a day.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Unless he's the Burmeister, then it might be 800 questions a day at that age.
Our son had a lot of questions when he was a kid.
Yes, he still does.
He does.
Well, he more so answers now.
Yeah, now he thinks he knows everything.
I'd say what he was, but it's something know-it-all. Hey, Wilford Brimley, you know him, that guy with the big mustache?
Yeah.
Diabetes.
Yeah.
He was Howard Hughes' bodyguard at one time.
I knew that.
Was?
Yeah, you told us that. I think Heidi was surprised last time you told us that, too.
She's surprised at a lot of stuff I tell her.
She doesn't pay very close attention, Charlie.
Wait 5 minutes, I'll tell her again. See
There
what
you
she says. Each year, there is 1 ton of cement for each man, woman, and child in the world.
Wow. So
That's a lot of highway.
That's a bunch of cement.
That's more than a ton. It is a ton, isn't it? Hey, then music business. Janis Joplin, remember her?
I do, yeah.
You know, she left $25,000 in her will for her friends to have a ball after I'm gone.
I think that's super cool.
That is pretty cool.
That's a heck of a party, especially back in the day.
Yeah.
Hey, then, you know Monty Python.
Yeah.
Well, first, a little quick note. Last Sunday, I was skimming channels, and I found Monty Python Flying Circus on TV.
I loved
I had to watch about an hour
Monty
of that.
Python.
So you watched that for a while?
Oh, absolutely. I love that show.
Oh, it's the greatest.
I don't understand a lot of it, but it's funny.
Well, they are speaking English, so.
Well, yeah, something like that. Hey, anyway, a large percentage of the budget for Monty Python and the Holy Grail was donated by members of Led Zeppelin and Pink Floyd.
Really?
That's super cool.
I didn't know that.
That's super cool.
I kind of like them guys now because they must be crazy.
Well, we used to watch Monty Python all the time when I was growing up. That and the young
Classic.
ones.
Hey, you know Chicago is known for the Windy City?
Yeah, Windy City, yeah.
Okay, the Windy City name has nothing to do with Chicago weather.
I think I
The
heard this
nickname
before.
was coined by the 19th century journalists who were referring to the fact that its residents were windbags and full of hot air.
Oh, wow. So it wasn't because it's really windy there.
Well, no, just a lot of windbags live there. I think they still live there.
Nice.
So all you people in Chicago, call me up. Find my number, call me, I'll talk to you. Hey, then I got one of these just in case you care things.
Okay, what's that?
And I should try this. If you pass gas consistently for 6 years and 9 months, enough gas is produced to create the energy of an atomic bomb.
Holy cow.
Wow.
Well, don't do that.
I'm going to give it a shot.
That would take a while.
Call me when I'm almost 77 years old. We'll see how it's going.
Well, are you ready for a question from us, Charlie?
Sure, I got the answer, I bet you.
All right. In a survey, what percentage of people said that they were above average when it comes to intelligence? What percentage thought they were smarter than the average person?
65.
No, 83% of the people. Well, I'm no genius, but I'm smarter than most people. So 83% of the people think that they are above average when it comes to intelligence, but that's not possible.
Well, I know a lot of people think they are, but I didn't know it was that high.
Yeah, so
That's funny.
I know some of us are, but
And the
not everybody can be.
there that doesn't think
Well,
that they
we all-
are
we all
most
can't
likely
be up
are
there, no.
really stupid. So
I bring the average down, so it should be.
We always appreciate the time you take to chat with us here, Charlie.
Well, 70, we got 6 years and 9 months. We're going to have a bomb go off, so.
We'll talk to you next week, Charlie.
Hi, Daddy.
Okay, bye, Fluff. Bye, John.
Bye-bye. My father-in-law right there. We talk to him every Tuesday just because we can. It's a little thing we like to call Tuesdays with Charlie.
Want to make your sweetheart smile next month for Valentine's Day? Find some fun, matching shirts at funkymonkeyshirts.com. We have a whole collection of fun shirts for you lovebirds.
My wife rocks.
My man rocks.
We also have many silly shirts that will make you smile any day of the year.
My ex-wife was a trophy wife.
Participation trophy.
Find something fun for a loved one, friend, or for yourself at funkymonkeyshirts.com. That's funkymonkeyshirts.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Bees sometimes sting other bees.
Really?
They're notorious for their stings, but humans are not the only ones who get the pain. Protecting their hives from outsiders, sometimes guard bees will stay by the entrance and sniff the bees that come in. And it says here that if the rogue bees from their hive are trying to steal some nectar, guard bees will bite them and maybe even sting them.
And I have heard too that they'll kill other bees that are trying to come in if they had gotten like intoxicated by.
Oh, yeah.
Because didn't we read that on the
well,
radio?
I think it was Tuesdays with Charlie.
Yeah,
is where we learned that.
They would kill them too.
Yeah, so don't
That's
mess with
really interesting.
Don't mess with
bees
them bouncer
are so
bees.
fascinating. Have you ever
are.
just Like we've been to a museum where there's this two-sided glass panel of a beehive, so you can just sit in there and just watch them work, and they can fly out and come back in and fly out and come back in. Oh, it's so cool to watch.
You're a voyeurist. You like peeping on bees. You little peeping
They're just
bee.
so busy in there. It's crazy.
Busy as a bee.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening to today's Fun Fact.
When was the last time you got a new credit card? If you have a card that's been in your purse or wallet for a long time, you should check and see if you're getting the best rates. You may find a better credit card that will give you the points you want or cashback options you don't get right now. At bettercreditcards.com, you see all the major credit card companies and their best offers. Let them compete to earn your business. And if the one you have right now is better, keep it. Find a card that's a better fit for you at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Now some news headlines from somewhere in this world. Dateline Tokyo. Organizers of the Tokyo Olympics say their new cardboard beds can withstand 2 athletes, but not 3. And they said they're environmentally friendly beds. And they are telling people that, if you're planning on some extracurricular activities, these are designed for 2, but not 3. I don't know exactly what they think is going to happen there.
Cardboard bed?
It's made of cardboard, yeah. So when it's done, they can recycle the beds. So there is news headlines from somewhere in this world.
It's a new year. Have you made a resolution to quit drinking or to finally get away from drugs for good? These are both habits that are hard to kick, but you can do it. We want to help you. TimeForRehab.com is here to help you find the help you need with your particular situation. If you want to make this year the year you get the help you need to live a normal life again, start with a little help from us at TimeForRehab.com. That's TimeForRehab.com.
Now, some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. A Chinese air traveler attempted to smuggle some scorpions out of Sri Lanka into his bags. How many, you ask? 200 of them. Live scorpions, 200 of them. He was arrested at the departure gate.
Could you imagine being the agent that found that?
Yeah, I don't know. That would be. He was detained. 30-year-old man fined $550. During the questionnaire, he admitted to illegally transporting the animals from a different country to his home for breeding and selling purposes. He said he traveled to various parts of Sri Lanka in search of scorpions, guided by information that he got from drivers of tuk-tuks, 3-wheel taxis. The man was eventually allowed to return home, and his scorpions, which were neatly packed in plastic containers, were taken from him. A spokesperson for the Customs Department said the value of the scorpions has not yet been determined. They noted wildlife tracking has become a lucrative trade. Officials indicated he might have been planning to extract venom from them once he returned to China. So
at least he was honest about it. He said, yeah, I've got these.
Do you know you have scorpions in here? Really?
What?
What? I don't know what happened
Those
there.
aren't mine.
Somebody else must have done that. That is definitely today's weird news. Now, your moment of duh, brought to you by SingleStudentLoan.com. A man locked in a court battle with his former wife requested trial by combat with a Japanese sword.
I saw this. This was in Iowa.
No, I think it was Kansas. Well, let me see.
Iowa
let me see
wife,
where it is.
anyway.
40-year-old David Ostrom from Paola, Kansas, said he would give his ex-wife, 38-year-old Brigitte Ostrom, the choice of an attorney or a stand-in fighter to battle him. He argued in court documents that dueling has never been explicitly banned or restricted. He pointed to the Iowa District Courts in Shelby County that the method has been used as recently as 1818 in British courts. Oh, that recent?
Yeah, wow.
102 years ago? He told the Des Moines Register that his inspiration came from a 2016 case in New York Supreme Court where they admitted that duels had not been abolished. He asked the Iowa District Court to give him 12 weeks lead time to allow him to source or forge a katana. What is wrong with this guy? His former wife's attorney argued that a duel could end in one or both of the parties dying, which would not be good. It would be disproportionate to custody and property tax issues. He asked the court to order this person to undergo psychological treatment.
That's probably
you wonder why it didn't work out.
And you might want to issue a restraining order while you're at it.
I posted that like a week ago when it came out. I shared that on Facebook.
Funny.
And I don't know why we hadn't talked about it till now, but there it is. Thanks for listening to today's Moment of Duh.
When was the last time you got a new credit card? If you have a card that's been in your purse or wallet for a long time, you should check and see if you're getting the best rates. You may find a better credit card that will give you the points you want or cashback options you don't get right now. At bettercreditcards.com, you see all the major credit card companies and their best offers. Let them compete to earn your business. And if the one you have right now is better, keep it. Find a card that's a better fit for you at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Now, fake news or Florida? Heidi, tell me, is this a true story from the great state of Florida, or is it fake news made up to trick you and amuse us?
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Fake news or Florida? South Beach, Florida lifeguard claimed she shouldn't be busted for indecent exposure because she worked at a nude beach. Fake news or Florida?
I'm going to say fake news.
It is fake news. I don't quite understand. See, I didn't type this one. It was submitted to me. So,
I mean, if she was at work, then I would say, yeah, I agree. She shouldn't be busted. But if she wasn't at work,
but
at the nude beach.
That's where I don't understand. If she was supposedly arrested in this fake news story at work.
I don't know.
There was no uniform.
It's
so
fake news.
Yeah, there you go. Guess what we have coming up?
What?
Good news.
Good news.
Yeah, I love good news. That's on the way. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news. I think this is good news, Heidi. It comes your way courtesy of bettercreditcards.com. And here's the good news. You know who's helping in the Australian fire cleanup? Or not cleanup, but would you say the firefighting?
Who?
God.
Well,
It says an Australian farmer celebrates torrential rainfalls on his drought-stricken farm. South Wales was ecstatic Thursday as rain poured down on a drought-stricken farm. It says Australia was finally graced with their first significant rainfall after months of drought and wildfires. Heartwarming videos posted online show just how grateful the residents were.
Yeah.
They're out running and playing in the mud. They've been battling an extended 3-year drought, which one contributing factor to the devastating wildfires that has been happening there. There's been other things that led to that too, like arson by people who lit them on fire, which is bad. But according to the Daily Mail, the downpours helped extinguish 32 brush fires in New South Wales, bringing down the number of blazes from 120 fires to just 88 Thursday morning. Yeah, just 88. It says relief is here for a number of firefighters working across New South Wales. Although this rain won't extinguish all the fires, it will certainly go a long way toward containment. How cool is that?
Yeah, that's pretty great.
I think it's just a really great story, and they
Hopefully
certainly could use it.
They could use
that would
a lot more.
Certainly. I've got a link to that story, by the way, if you'd like to read it. It's in the show notes for today. It's kind of at the bottom of the page for show notes. You'll see the good news section there at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Tuesday.